What's up, guys? It's Masked Up Swede. Right now I'm checking out Lokee and Tiny Boost. This one's called Familiar. I haven't heard of Lokee before. We'll see what he's saying. Obviously, Tiny Boost's cold, so let's see, man. Don't forget to join the Discord. Links in the description, and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go. Big up Sebs. I'm hearing his tag a lot right now, man.
Look, I'm familiar to nits, I'm familiar to blocks, 25 on a brick.
Yeah, this beat's cold.
Look, I'm familiar to nits, I'm familiar to blocks, 25 on a brick, 36 on a box. I'm familiar with flicks, familiar with Glocks. Say the thing's got a switch, they ain't switch nothing off. Familiar to O's, familiar to hoes, familiar to drip. Couple quid on his clothes, 24 the line rips. My strips never close, tell the pies when my guy flicks his wrist by the stove. Familiar to trapping, I'm familiar with crime. What's the struggle? I was broke, they used to hit me, I was fine. Now I'm glad I'm seeing dough. Young G, I make him fly, we ain't heard the block. The familiar with mine, 20k up on the re-up, tell him fling it in the ride, then we drive. My guy phone me as soon as it arrives. Familiar to snakes, off a milli straight cake. Familiar to nits, all these bricks I did break. And now I gotta see him doing shit I ain't familiar to. You ain't talking business, then you can't.
The beat switch up's cold.
I did break, and now I gotta see him doing shit I ain't familiar to. You ain't talking business, then you can't sit in this room. 2 sticks rolling with a hand ting and a broom. Now this money got me in and out of different moods. 2 packs sitting in this coupe, I grip it and move. And I don't care if it ain't me that they're listening to. Rolex shining, diamonds glistening through. Just a couple things they should be familiar to. I'm familiar to nits, I'm familiar to blocks, 25 on a brick, 36 on a box. I'm familiar with flicks, familiar with Glocks. Say the thing's got a switch, they ain't switch nothing off. Familiar to O's, familiar to hoes, familiar to drip. Couple quid on his clothes, 24 the line rips. My strips never close, tell the pies when my guy flicks his wrist by the stove.
I'm familiar with killers, jumping out of them ringers. One lodged in the head. In other words, I'm familiar with death. He got clapped for getting too familiar with some shit that he said. Familiar with killers, jumping out of them ringers. One lodged in the head. In other words, I'm familiar with death. He got clapped for getting too familiar with some shit that he said. And I'm familiar with things going left. Getting on my grind and getting shit right back in check. I'm a packin' boy, you familiar with the set. I'm familiar with the stove, I'm familiar with the wreck. I'm familiar with the bricks, I'm familiar with the pebs. I'm familiar with the pounds, I'm familiar with the Zeds. Got familiar with the max, still ain't ever met the tech, and it's pissing me off. I'm familiar to waking up to bad bees giving me top. I'm familiar to reeing up and splitting the bro. Real recognize real, I'm familiar.
I'm familiar to nits, I'm familiar to blocks, 25 on a brick, 36 on a box. I'm familiar with flicks, familiar with Glocks. Say the thing's got a switch, they ain't switch nothing off. Familiar to O's, familiar to hoes, familiar to drip. Couple quid on his clothes, 24 the line rips. My strips never close, tell the pies when my guy flicks his wrist by the stove.
Yeah, man, this song's decent. For being the first time I'm hearing Lokee, yeah, definitely a decent song, man. Obviously, Tiny Boost's always cold. He's just got a voice for rapping, I think. But yeah, decent song, man. I don't know if it's going on my playlist, but yeah, maybe once I listen to it a couple times, figure it out. But let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.